Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.
Hi, this is George Swift and welcome to the Leveling Up Podcast. The Leveling Up Podcast is here to give you the personal development, the entrepreneurial development and the business growth that you, the ambitious business owner, desires. I'm here to give you the inspiration, the motivation, but above all else, as always, to challenge your aspirations to take you and your business to the next level. Don't forget, subscribe and never miss an episode. And this session is part 3 of our 3-part trilogy, which is our theme this week for scaling from a small business. How do you go from being a one-man band, maybe 2 people in the business, maybe have a little bit of help here and there outside, but how do you fundamentally take that and turn it into a bona fide, genuine, real, inverted commas, no offense intended, actual proper business, one that enables you to start to have the quality of the life that you want to have in business. All week this week, I've been talking about how scaling business is not easy. It has its challenges. It's not necessarily for the faint-hearted, but then neither is struggling as a one-man band where you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, burning yourself out, working your fingers to the bone, making all these sacrifices, maybe making a crust or maybe even making a decent crust, but fundamentally not fulfilling your potential as a business owner and your business not attaining its potential, what it could be, the opportunity and possibility that exists there for it to be all it can be and therefore to give you an incredible experience and quality of life. For me, you've done the hard work. You've set up the business. You're working long hours. If you're not, you should be. You've made the sacrifices. You've made the commitment. You might have gone against the grain. You may have gone against the naysayers. Hopefully, you've had a degree of success. But now it's time to really make your business work. And to do that, you do need to scale your business. And there's certain traps that small businesses, super small businesses like one-man bands fall into that really make scaling out of that place really difficult. And therefore, the theme this week is all about giving you a little bit of a leg up to get you out of some of those traps that hold you back into being a small business. Obviously, scaling your business to be hundreds and multiple hundreds and maybe even millions of pounds in turnover, of course, it's going to require a lot of work. It's going to require a lot of skill set. You're going to have to develop a lot as the business owner. The business is going to have to change substantially. There's a lot to think about and do to make that happen. However, this series this week is really about getting you started, getting you with your best foot forward and really maybe shifting your mindset a little bit so you're thinking in the right ways that enable you to start that journey, to start to make that possible for you. On Monday, in episode 215, we looked at how you need to start pricing your services based on being a business, not based on being an individual that delivers those services. There's a lot more to it than that. If you haven't listened to episode 214, I do suggest you go back and do that. Likewise, on Wednesday, episode 215, we talked about how you then need to go all in on sales. And you then use the money that you're now making through increasing your sales and through increasing your prices that now enable you to have more profitability in those services, which means you can reinvest back into getting other people to start delivering on your behalf. When other people start doing the delivery for you, you then double down on sales, you then increase your sales activity, you then start to reinvest in sales, so you keep having the meaningful sales conversations with well-qualified prospects, and you get other people to maybe start doing lead gen, etc. Today, we are going to take that theme a little bit further. It's all about fundamentally redesigning your role in the business, reimagining your role in the business to maybe change your perspective of when you set up your business, it was to create a vehicle for you to do what it is you do, whether that's marketing, HR, recruitment, with your personal trainer, into actually being a business leader, a business owner, into being someone that scales their business. So today we're going to go a little bit further and follow on from what we talked about on Wednesday. If you haven't listened to that session, definitely go back and listen to that episode because there's lots of valuable content in there on how to get to the point we're going to pick up from right now. So right now, we're working the assumption you've raised your prices, you're now charging based on being an actual business as opposed to just being an individual delivering those services. You're now stepping up your sales activity. You're now starting to reinvest the money that you're making into getting other people to support you and admin, etc. You then buy back that time to put into more sales. You then become more profitable as a business. You make more revenues. You then reinvest those revenues into getting other people to support you at the very least, or even take away from you frontline delivery. This is really challenging for the small business owner that set their business up because they wanted a vehicle to do what they do it well and enjoy what it is they're doing. Now we're talking about actually redefining your role in the business, and that's really challenging for the small business owner. However, if we don't evolve as a business owner, if we don't evolve within our business, then our business cannot evolve either. And if you want to scale your business, if you want to grow your business, you need to scale and grow as the business owner as well. So we need to get out of that mindset where I'm the only person that can deliver, out of that mindset where I enjoy the frontline work, and that's why I get all my rewards. And, the business activity and the sales activity, I don't really enjoy it. I don't really get a buzz from that. We need to shift this around, because otherwise you're going to be trapped into being a one-man band, almost like a consultant type role in your business. If you want to scale your business, grow your business, and enable your business to be all it can be so you can have all that you want to have, we need to make this transition away from the front line. We need to pull back into our business, step up into other roles in our business so that we can grow that business. The first big shift you're going to make is pulling into sales. Now, I talked about 2-3 core members that I think really epitomize what is possible for you when you make this transition. I talked about how one guy came to us, he had a 150K business. Within the first year, he went to 350, then 750 the next year, then 1.5 million, then 2.2 million on the subsequent years. He then merged his business into a bigger group of businesses that are now 20 million pound plus. And I asked him, what is your role today? What is it you do today more than anything else? Sales. He still sees himself as a salesperson first and foremost. Another guy took his business from startup all the way through now to a point where he's now exiting his business, he's selling his business on. He did it through being sales first and foremost. Another guy, he joined us at 50,000. Within about 2 years, he's going to be knocking on about 400 grand. He's currently heading for that 400 grand mark right now. I truly believe in the next 2 years after that, he will hit his £1 million plus target that he wants to hit. How's he doing it? Through embracing the sales first methodology and concept that I keep banging on in my group, but also on this podcast, and by fundamentally becoming the salesperson in the business and allowing other people to do the frontline work. This is difficult, it's challenging, it wasn't easy for him. He just has his goal, which is he wants to scale this business, grow this business, he wants to have a positive impact on as many people as possible, and he can't do that when he's the guy at the front delivering the service, delivering the product. Neither can you. So you need to pull back from that front line, focus on sales. You then need other people to do delivery, and you then buy back more sales time, and you double down on sales again. Sales is going to be one of the very last roles that you let go of in your business. So get comfortable, because you're going to be there for some time still to come. What you do is you increasingly focus on higher quality sales. You then pay for other people to do lead generation for you. You might get some telemarketing in place. You might get some sales admin, some sales support in place. And you will have high quality sales conversations, because that's where you're generating the most money for your business. You will sit there for some time. You'll also, of course, be occupying another chair, which is that of the business owner, the MD, if you like, the CEO, the person that sets out the strategy and the direction of the business, the figurehead of the business as well. You may also, of course, still have other roles that you have to attend to, but fundamentally, you want to bring yourself back where the majority of your time is in sales, and what isn't in sales is going into the CEOing, the MDing of your business. If you get yourself to that place there, so much of your energy is going into the growth aspects of your business, you start to have an exponential lift in the results that you can achieve. Now, you may, like many small businesses, really struggle with letting go of that front line, because that's where a lot of the reward is. Initially, the reward is looking at your client in the eyes, delivering a great service, and them turning to you and thanking you. You're tangibly connected to the outcome. You're tangibly connected to the positive impact that you've had on that person, and that's exhilarating. For most small businesses, more so than the money. In fact, I spend so much time telling small business owners to put money first, because they're always putting that ahead of money. You've got to get the commercials right in your business so you can get the fulfillment that you want through your business. So they put money first. Chances are you are like that as well. So when I start saying pull back from the front line, is a part of you that's so attached to the rewards that you get from being on the front line, the coal face of your business, that actually you can start to lose connection with your business when you're sitting behind the scenes. It's so important that I stress this. Whenever a business owner is attached to the coal face, and that's where they get a substantial amount of their reward, and like most small businesses you probably do, as you step back from that coal face, you need to make sure that the positivity travels up to you. So whilst you might have other people delivering the service and you want them to take credit for the work they're doing, you want them to feel fulfilled because they can see the positive impact they're having, you don't want to not allow yourself to take on that reward as well. You need to make sure that you continually own your part in this process. You created this business, you created the sales opportunity, you hired those people, you made it possible for this impact to occur, and you are massively responsible for all the positivity that happens in your business, from your business, because of your business. You need to allow that to come up. So as you start to separate yourself from the coalface, you actually want a dam that protects you from a lot of the noise that happens on the front line. But you want to make sure that it's gated. So whilst all the stress and the shit and the noise from the front line, the majority of that, if not all of it, gets dammed off. And there's other people to take care of that. You want to make sure that all the good and the positivity does come through and you get to see that reward. You get to tangibly connect with that reward. Otherwise, there's a real risk here, and I've seen it many times before, it starts to become unfulfilling. You'll be more successful than you've ever been. You'll make more money than you've ever made. And yet you'll be less fulfilled than you were when you started your business out and you were working 60 hours a week on the front line. So it's really important not to underestimate how important it is for you to feel connected to the work you're doing whilst not being directly connected to the work that you're doing, because if you are, you're getting bogged down in the front line, which means you can't scale your business and grow your business the way you want to. Okay, this is really important and not to be underestimated. As you start to pull back further and further in the business, it can feel more and more isolating. You feel less and less a tangible part of the good that you're doing in the world, and therefore you start to lose motivation, you start to question your direction, you might even start thinking about the good old days, which might make you think about downscaling your business. This is all tricks the mind will play on you simply because you didn't realize how important that was, and you haven't focused on how you can make sure that you continually still get those rewards. Bring it into your business. For a lot of small business owners, this isn't a straight transition where you go from delivering on the front end to suddenly not delivering on the front end. What happens is over time, you slowly pull yourself back. There might be some more menial tasks on the front line that you can start getting other people to do, and you might continue to work on the front line in the more higher skilled elements of whatever it is that you do. For many business owners, they then pull back from those as well, but they always remain the figurehead of the business for some time, where maybe they still step in with that client, maybe as part of the sales process, they do an initial consultation with them. Maybe they stay in touch with them throughout the course of the project just to make sure they're happy. But fundamentally, they don't get trapped in the work and they get pulled down to that coalface, but they still stay connected to the work. Not because they want to, but because actually as part of that transition, most business owners, they need to still do a degree of that. That's the normal path that things follow. Your business is your business. Without knowing it in depth, I can't say 100% that's the right thing or the wrong thing for you, but it is the path that most businesses go through when they're scaling. So you don't have to just cut off all connection in one go. It's a transitional process where you learn to receive the rewards from a different position within your business, and then you grow and you level up. And then as long as you stay focused on the fact that you need to be highly motivated and inspired by your business, then you can continue to deliver against the aspirations you have of growing that business into what it can be. As time goes on, you're then going to start pulling away from sales. Too many business owners, I've said this many times on this podcast, too many business owners tried to step away from sales way too soon. You have to get comfortable in the sales chair. It's where you're going to be for the majority of your career in your business. Increasingly, however, what you'll do is you'll pull away from sales in the future You'll pull yourself back into more of that CEO role, and then predominantly you'll be the CEO of the business, in charge of strategy and direction. You might stay the figurehead of the business, but if you want to sell that business, for example, the chances are you need to get out of the limelight as well. And you have to accept that you're going to sit behind the scenes and drive this whole thing, but fundamentally you're going to be separated by some distance from the frontline work that your business is doing. This is why it's so important that you continue to allow those rewards from the front line to pass through the channels and make sure that you still feel very connected to the work that you're doing in your business, to the positivity, the impact that you're having, whilst not being a part of that direct impact. Does this make sense? You'll start to be more and more in the MD's role, the CEO role. At that point, the business will have enough money, enough capital that it can afford some decent salespeople. Now, this transition is not going to be a 3-month, 6-month thing. The business owners I've worked with in the past where they've separated themselves from being from the front line to being in a sales role, the quickest I've seen is, maybe 2 years. Now, it's not an all or nothing. It's a transitional process. So they start to make their move, and it might take 2 years, for example, to make that move complete. To move from being predominantly sales focused and running the business to purely running the business may take a similar amount of time. It could easily take you a year, even if you've got a great salesperson. It could take you a year before you're in a position where you no longer need to do any part of sales. Realistically, I'm going to manage your expectations. It could easily be a couple of years. It could be longer. For the businesses I've already shared with you, these guys have been in sales from the conception of their business all the way through now to the point where they're near exiting. The final step you will make, though, like these guys, is you start to step increasingly into the CEO, MD role, purely into direction. This is a great place to be, right? Because from here, you now have a business that runs on its own. It doesn't require you day to day to be on the front line of the business or in the sales activity. You're starting to get a business now that's sellable or at least exitable. But whilst you're still at the helm, it's not ready to go yet. The very last thing you'll do is you will pull out of the MD's role, you'll pull out of the CEO role, you'll become the business owner, and at that point you have something that's sellable. Now this process, if you're doing it organically, is going to take you a number of years. It could take you a decade to do this. But the truth matters, you're already working hard. Let's say you're a 50K business, you're already working hard, working long hours, you're taking on the pressures and the stresses anyway. All we're doing now is focusing the energy we're putting into our business into a way that buys us this incredible future that's on offer. And if you took 10 years to go from startup to exiting your business, multi-million pound payday, where you can retire if that's what you want to do, or you take that money and reinvest into something else. It's out there for you. It's possible for you. I've seen it. I've been part of people who have gone through this journey. And what I've learned on my own path and what I've learned by being part of so many other businesses' journeys, I've learned that there's things that really stop people from achieving all they can achieve. And there's things they're doing that are holding them back. And there's things they're not doing that's not allowing them to achieve the success that they want. If you're really serious about scaling your business, if you're really serious about growing your business, at the very least, let's take your business from 30, 40, 50K to 100K plus, because it starts to buy you the time back. It starts to buy you the lifestyle back. But trust me, once you start hitting that 100K plus, it's quite addictive. You start to see what's on offer. You start to see the possibility. The chances are you'll want to go to multiple hundreds and then maybe even to your own £1 million plus turnover. It is there for you. However, we have to take the challenges. We have to embrace the opportunities. It's not for the faint-hearted, but as I say, neither is running yourself into the ground 40, 50 hours a week where you basically employ yourself in your own business and you're, pretty much a consultant in your business. And the moment you stop working is the moment you stop getting paid. Build something of substance, build something that impacts more people more positively, stay connected to that front line, even though you increasingly will need to continually redefine your role and your roles within that business. If you embrace this journey, it's all out there for you. It's one well worth the effort. Once again, thank you for taking the time out to listen to this podcast. I'm well aware that there are many people out there vying for your time and attention right now, and I try and reward your commitment to me by committing to you to give you the best possible content and information I can to help you, the small ambitious business owner, on your ongoing journey of entrepreneurial success. For the past 10 years, I've been committed to helping small, ambitious business owners achieve the success that they want, achieve the quality of life and the lifestyle that they want. If you're serious about growing your business, then please go and check out biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. Check us out and see how we're helping business owners just like yourself. If you're ready for a conversation, however, Tracy Miller, my partner in life and in business, would love to hear from you. You can contact her at tracy.miller@biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. I'll drop those links in the descriptions of this episode. I'll also add some links there to some other resources to help you on your ongoing journey. If you're just starting out and launching your business, we've got a group ready and waiting for you. If you're doing 20, 30, 40, maybe 50K and you want to hit 100K plus, we've got groups waiting for you right now. And if you're already doing 100K plus, maybe even up towards 500,000, and you want to scale your business to that £1 million mark, or you just want to scale your business so it starts to really deliver the quality of life that you want and create that lifestyle that you've always wanted, then please do get in touch. We hold you accountable. We help you set your vision, your goals. We hold you accountable to those goals. We help you with marketing, sales. We help you with your positioning. We help you with your sales, your marketing. We help you with all aspects, the mechanical side of running and growing a business, as well as the mental aspects of growing and running your business. I'd love to welcome you into one of our groups. Either way, I look forward to seeing you on Monday, where we'll do this all over again. Until then, as always, be successful.
Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.